Now if I am trying to show you what happens in bone marrow, the last stage is your reticulocyte. Now if in case the body is getting less hemoglobin, this less hemoglobin will be there here in the bone marrow also. So what happens is the hemoglobin in this reticulocyte can either be normal, means normal amount of hemoglobin is present inside this, or it can be less hemoglobin can be present because the bone marrow is getting less hemoglobin. So what will happen if you have less hemoglobin, the RBCs that are formed will also have less hemoglobin as compared to the normal hemoglobin. Okay, here you have normal hemoglobin. So either the reticulocyte that is formed can either be normal or can be reduced. Absolute values. What are the absolute values? MCV, MCH, MCHC. So here you can see the values are followed. These three values are reduced. See, these three values are reduced. Leukocyte. What is leukocyte? White blood cells can be normal because here iron deficiency anemia mostly affects only the red blood cells, not the white blood cells. Okay. Platelets. In platelets also it can either be normal or it can be moderately high. Why it can be moderately high? In case of patients with recent bleeding. What will happen when you have an injury? If you have an injury over here, what will happen? When you have a tear, your platelets will come and start functioning. So what will happen? You will have blood loss also, but because of this blood loss, you can also have increased platelets because platelets are starting to work in this area. So more platelets will be there, but hemoglobin will start reducing because blood is losing. Okay. So platelets, the platelet count can be normal or slightly high if in case there is recent bleeding. Okay. Now coming to bone marrow findings. Bone marrow findings and bone marrow findings, it is usually not routinely done until unless the anemia is very severe. Okay. So here what will happen when we have to do bone marrow findings, you will see bone marrow cellularity. Bone marrow cellularity means you will see the type of cells, the amount of type of cells that are present in the bone marrow. You can either have micro normoblasts, the normoblasts that we had. The normoblasts that we see in the erythropoietic cycles were big, were normal sizely big. But here you will have here small normoblasts, okay? And the myeloid cells will also be defective, okay? So the marrow cellularity is increased due to the erythroid hyperplasia. So what happens is the myeloid erythroid ratio is decreased. In erythropoiesis, what happens in the early stage, you will have normoblastic hyperplasia. Means the normoblast that you see, hyperplasia means increased size. So there will be increase in the size of the normoblast. In normoblasts, which are smaller than normal, so they will be small, very chota they will be. They'll also have deficient hemoglobin. The hemoglobin in these normoblasts will be less. The cytoplasm will be very thin rimmed. Okay. Now, if you remember erythropoiesis, in erythropoiesis what happens? You used to have a hematopoietic stem cell. From this you will have formations of you will have erythroblast. This erythroblast that is formed, it can either be early, intermediate or late. Okay. Here what will happen? Here what you used to have? You will have a cell in which you will have a cytoplasm, you will have a nucleus. Okay. So these are normal. Okay. But in hypochromic anemia what happens? Especially iron deficiency anemia, the nucleus will have very less hemoglobin carrying capacity, and the outside cytoplasm, the cytoplasm will be very thin. Okay, the cytoplasm will be very, very thin. Okay, and can be irregular, can also have irregular cell borders, means they can be pycnotic in shape. Okay, late normoblasts, these late normoblasts will be pycnotic, as I mentioned, pycnotic nucleus. Okay, which can be due to delay in cytoplasmic maturation. Okay, so what happens if this you see in your early or intermediate pycnotic type cells, you will see in your late normoblast. Okay, now other cells. What are the other cells? Other things that you can see on a blood films is you can see myeloid, lymphoid, megakaryocytic cells can be normal in number. So these are normally present. Marrow iron. See, iron deficiency anemia means what? The iron that you have is less, so there will be difference between a normal looking iron in a bone marrow and an abnormal looking iron in normal. So here you can see this dark purplish color. So this is seen in a normal bone marrow when you do staining. Persian blue staining if you do, this is the normal iron stores that are seen in a normal person. But if you do that in an iron deficiency person, what you'll see, you will see no amount of purplish color. It's only pink. So the iron stores have come down. Okay. Now we also do some biochemical findings. What are these biochemical findings? We have to see the serum iron level. Serum iron level is low. Okay. Total iron binding capacity increases. Why iron binding capacity increases? Because the body is having less iron, so whatever iron it gets, it will go bind. So the binding will increase. Serum ferritin level is decreased. Red cell protoporphyrin, that is red cell iron capacity, is also reduced. The serum transferrin receptor protein will increase. Why it will increase? Same, because the binding capacity is increased. Binding what? It will bind to all cells. And how it will bind to all cells? There has to be a receptor. Only if there is a receptor it will bind. No. So the receptor will also increase and the binding capacity will also increase. Okay. And the values of the increase have been given. So serum iron level, which is normally 40 to 140 microgram per deciliter, will fall to 50 microgram per deciliter. Iron binding capacity is normally 250 to 450 microgram per deciliter, will give rise to less than 10% saturated. That is 33%. So this will also grow up, which is normally this much. Now will increase to 500 to 600. Okay. Serum ferritin, which is normally 30 to 250 nanogram per milliliter, will also reduce. How can we reduce then? Less than 30. Okay. So reduced means anything less than the lower value. So less than 30. Red cell protoporphyrin is very low. Normally is 20 to 40. Now it will be less than 20. Serum transferrin receptors normal level is 4 to 9 microgram per liter. Now which will also be increased. So increase means more than, sorry, this is less than, and it will be more than 9. So it can be either 10 or 11. Okay, so this increases. So this is less than, so it will be 15 microgram per deciliter. The total iron binding capacity increases. It can be 500 to 600 microgram per deciliter. Serum ferritin is less than 30 microgram per deciliter. Red cell protoporphyrin less than 20 microgram per deciliter. Serum transferrin receptor protein, that can be more than 9, that is 10 to 11. Okay. Now principles of treatment. Now a lot of people had written different answers. Okay, what I was looking for is, now to maintain iron store, see, normal a person's hemoglobin, if we take for male and female, roughly 13 to 15 in males and 11 to 13 in females. Okay, this is the normal. To maintain this amount of hemoglobin, the body will have to store some hemoglobin. So when the body is storing hemoglobin, how it will maintain iron stores? By iron intake, dietary intake. The body can maintain its iron stores. So that can be in the form of heme or non-heme. Best is your non-heme source. Okay. So once these iron stores get depleted, then you have iron deficiency anemia. So principles of this treatment will start when the hemoglobin is less. This hemoglobin can be less. Hemoglobin can be less than 9 or less than 6. Okay. So when it's less than 9, we prefer oral as well as parenteral, but when it's less than 6, in these cases parenteral is mostly, because here if you give oral also, it takes time, but parenteral directly the iron stores will increase. Okay, so principles of treatment. Number 1 is management of iron deficiency anemia consists of 2 essential principles. First is correction disorder. As I mentioned, there always is an underlying cause, so you have to correct the underlying cause. It can either be peptic ulcer, or it can be some hemorrhoids, or it can be due to any cancer. So so we have to do any surgery, or you have to give chemo or radio. So once you correct them, automatically the iron stores can increase and anemia will also get better. Other can be correction of iron deficiency anemia, which we do is oral therapy or parenteral therapy. In oral therapy, what we do, we give ferrous salt, ferrous fumarate, ferrous gluconate, or polysaccharide ions. These preparations that we have varies from this. These are the amount of elemental iron they get, 39 to 105 microgram. So the optimal absorption is taken when the iron is taken in fasting. Okay, so you can have nausea, some side effects are nausea, abdominal discomfort, diarrhea. Okay, and because you're taking iron, what will happen? The feces can be dark color feces you can have. So need not worry, it is because of the iron that you're taking that is coming out in the feces. So this iron can be given with food also, or it can be given in a different preparation. What is the different preparation where the iron content is less is ferrous gluconate. Ferrous gluconate only has 39 milligrams of elemental iron. Where do you give this? If in case a patient cannot take iron tablets, because iron tablets are big, no. If they cannot take iron tablets, whenever they take, they vomit, or if they take also, they have lot of vomiting, nausea, diarrhea. In those people, you can either give less iron containing tablets, or you can give with food. Okay, if in case they still cannot tolerate, then you go for parenteral therapy. Okay, so the response to iron therapy is observed when there is reticulocytosis begins, that appears in 3 to 5 days and peaks at 10 days. So what happens is, in the bone you have reticulocytes. These reticulocytes have to come out in the blood vessels, right? So when they come out in the blood vessels, later on these will become erythrocytes. So what happens is, when you start giving iron, so what will happen? These iron will enter these reticulocytes. So this reticulocytosis, what will happen? Multiple reticulocytes will form. All of these will have normal hemoglobin. This hemoglobin so when you make a chart, initially there was nothing. When it it will start slowly it will reach its peak. So when it reaches up, so reticulocyte is where hemoglobin appears in 3 to 4 days and reaches peak at 10 days. Okay. So the poor response of iron replacement occurs if there is incorrect diagnosis. Means you are unable to differentiate what type of anemia it is. What if it is iron deficiency anemia, or what if it is sideroblastic or thalassemia, where you can see hypochromic anemia, but it is not due to iron deficiency alone. Okay. Non-compliance means they are trying to take the oral tablets, but they are unable to digest it, like they will vomit or have diarrhea. Other is continuing blood loss, like someone who has thalassemia. In thalassemia and in hemoglobinemia, what happens is they will have internal bleedings. This we will not come to know. Because that will happen, we are giving iron, but it keeps losing. So it is not absorbed by the body. It is only lost by the body. Okay. Bone marrow suppression, like tumors, in chronic inflammation and malabsorption. Because of this, what happens? Whatever you are giving orally, it is not being absorbed by the body. It is only being removed. It is not taken up by the body at all. It is only being removed. So orally it is not being able to function, because orally what happens, when you take a medicine, it has to be absorbed by the stomach or the intestine, by the liver. So it all has to be absorbed, and only then it goes to the bloodstream. Okay. But in parenteral, what happens? So directly putting in the bloodstream, so it goes directly to all the stores. So parenteral therapy happens when the person's hemoglobin is gravely, that is less than 6 milligram per deciliter, very less. Okay. So what happens when do we do this? We use this only when there is intolerance to oral therapy, or in GI disorders like malabsorption, or in post-operative cases, or in cases where you have to rapidly replenish iron stores, especially in women with severe anemia, weeks before delivery. Okay. So when do we do it? When oral therapy is not working, when there is high amount of malabsorption. Okay. When in post-operative cases, means you had a long surgery, in that long surgery you lost a lot of blood. So to bring back that blood, what you have to do? You have to do blood transfusion. Okay. Now, in case of, and what if you have a pregnant lady who comes whose hemoglobin is 4 or 5 milligram per deciliter? You know she will not be able to survive the delivery period. So in those cases, we will rush with blood transfusion. We will give her 1 or 2 or 3, even 3 packs of blood transfusion can be given. So her hemoglobin can come at least up to 9. At least if it comes up to 9, she can go for surgery, or she can go for normal delivery. Now, parenteral iron therapy is hazardous and is expensive. Okay. Why expensive? Because first of all, iron, either it is given as a injection or it is given as blood transfusion, and 1 pack of blood transfusion can easily cost you around 2,000 to 3,000 rupees. Okay. So it is costly as compared to iron, to oral, because an oral tablet come under 50 rupees or 100 rupees. Okay. So the hematological response to parenteral therapy is not faster than that of oral therapy. Okay, it is not faster, but if you take parenteral therapy, it can replenish your stores much faster. So if you take in, if this is a person in his blood you're directly giving your iron. So this iron that from his blood, that when he is given the infusion, this can directly enter your blood cells. When it enters your blood cells, it will go to your liver where the iron is stored. And the iron is stored, so this way it is much more faster. This is more faster than compared to the person is eating the tablet. It has to go to his esophagus, then goes to the stomach. When it goes to the stomach, it has to go to your small intestine, your large intestine, and then it will go to your liver. So it's a very big procedure. But if you give via infusion, it directly goes to the liver. Okay. Now, how do we calculate how much iron the person has to get? So before giving parenteral iron, the total dose is calculated by a simple formula. How? You by multiplying the grams of hemoglobin below the normal with 250 milligrams of elemental iron. Like now, if you see, now if the person's hemoglobin is 5, now you have to multiply 5 by 250. So 5 into 250 is how much? So you have to multiply this with 250 milligrams of iron. So that is up to 1250 milligrams. This that you are giving, this is for the deficiency that he has. So what happens whenever you give this will completely be taken up by the body, but nothing will go to the store. So you have to add extra 500 milligram. Extra 500 milligram will have to be added. So how much it is? Plus 500. So it is 1750 milligram. So this much you will have to give to the patient. So this is the calculation. For example, we have taken 5. So here, if in case it can either be 7, 9, 1, 2. So it depends. So how much hemoglobin? So the lower hemoglobin the patient has, that has to be multiplied by 250, and additionally 500 will have to be added for the store. Okay. A common preparation is iron dextran. It is given a single intramuscular injection or intravenous infusion after dilution with dextrose or saline. Okay. So it can either be given as injection, a direct injection intramuscular. So in the deltoid muscle you can get a direct injection, okay, or it can be given as infusion. Means infusion like for example saline that you take now. In that saline bottle you can add this iron dextran, okay, and then you can get the transfusion. Adverse effects of iron dextran can be hypersensitivity. Some people can be allergic to it, or can be hemolysis. Even after giving this you are having blood, the RBCs are breaking, okay. You can have hypotension. You can have circulatory collapse, vomiting and muscle pain. So what happens after taking this? Your body can undergo some kind of a shock. Because of the shock, what will happen? Your blood circulation can stop. Because of that, you can have hypotension, and that can lead to hemolysis. Okay. Now there are other preparations. Because of these side effects, we have made new preparation. What is this new preparation? Sodium ferric gluconate and iron sucrose. This is much better even when you have given repeated blood transfusions. Okay, repeated intravenous transfusions if you given, they have lesser side effects. Okay, so parenteral therapy can be given by intramuscular route or intravenous route. Okay, now coming to this. So this diagram explains when you take an oral iron. When you take an oral iron, it has to go to your stomach, it has to go to intestine. Here what happens when it goes to the enterocytes? After it goes to the enterocytes, it becomes transferrin. With transferrin, it is added. After that, it goes to the liver and then it is stored. Okay, it goes to the liver and then it is stored. So this is a very lengthy procedure. Okay, but if you give IV iron can be either form of iron dextran or iron. See, I have given you all the intravenous: iron dextran, iron sodium gluconate, or iron hydroxysaccharide. Okay, this is the intravenous IV route. If you keep intramuscular is iron sorbitol citrate. Intramuscular means this is the muscle, so you give a single injection, one single injection. If you give, okay, in this muscle you're giving one injection. Okay, in this what happens? Directly it enters the blood vessels and goes to the bone marrow, and it goes to the liver. Okay, directly it goes. Okay, here it does not have to go through all these processes. If it goes through all this process, it will lose iron, but here it goes directly. So there's a difference between intravenous and oral. Okay, so if they ask you what are the oral preparations, these are the oral preparation, these are the intravenous, and these are the muscular. Okay, so thank you so much, and if you have any doubts, please let me know. I can explain much further.